If you're jumping into Marathon for the first time, one of the biggest decisions you'll make right away is choosing your runner shell. At launch, there are 7 different shells available, and each one completely changes how you experience a match. Think of shells as advanced combat suits that define your playstyle before the round even begins. They determine your abilities, your traits, and even the unique gadgets you'll be bringing into battle. So this isn't just a cosmetic choice, it's the foundation of how you're going to approach every fight, every rotation, and every risky extraction. Now, as you can probably guess, some shells already feel stronger than others. A few seem ahead of the curve in terms of raw impact, but it's not that simple. Strength really depends on how you're playing. Are you running solo and relying purely on your own mechanics and positioning, or are you queuing up with a coordinated squad where synergy matters more than individual power? In this video, we're breaking down the shells, talking about who they were best for, and helping you figure out which one actually fits your playstyle the most. Let's get into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking shells in Marathon. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. The shells in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Thief and Triage. You know that feeling when you pick a character and immediately think, I'm gonna be a total legend, but then reality hits? Yeah, that's kind of where our B tier shells sit. Fun, quirky, but maybe not the first pick when you want to dominate. Let's break down why. First up, we have Thief. If you've ever dreamed of sneaking around like a ninja in a shopping mall, Thief is basically your fantasy come true. You can swoop in, swipe loot straight from your opponents, and your drone will do all the heavy scouting for you. The grapple ability is a blast too. Climbing to high ground or making a slick escape has never felt so cinematic. But here's the catch, Thief doesn't really bring anything special to a straight up fight. If you find yourself in a one-on-one showdown, you might need a little backup or a miracle to make it out alive. Then there's Triage, the healing wizard of the shells. He's the only shell in the game that can heal, which sounds amazing, right? Well, only if you're in a squad. Solo players, you're mostly stuck healing yourself, which is fine in a pinch but not exactly game-changing. Triage does have that supercharged weapon trick, and yes, it's flashy, but it doesn't hold a candle to the raw firepower of shells like Destroyer, Recon, or Assassin. So while he's fun in a support role, he's not your frontline MVP. What's funny about B tier shells is that they often make the game more interesting, even if they aren't strictly top tier. Thief sneaking around adds this chaotic energy where nothing feels predictable. You'll find yourself laughing when you swipe an opponent's loot and watch them scramble. It's almost like playing a mischievous minigame inside the main game. Triage, on the other hand, is a bit of a nice guy shell. You'll heal your teammates, try to make heroic plays, and occasionally feel like a medic from an action movie who shows up just a beat too late. The potential is there, especially in squads, but it's easy to feel like you're just that one friend everyone forgets to pick when the party starts. At the end of the day, B tier shells like Thief and Triage shine when you embrace their quirks instead of wishing they were something else. Thief is chaos, Triage is support, and neither will win every fight. But trust me, playing them adds flavor, laughs, and some unexpected, wow, did that just happen? Moments that top tier shells just can't give you. So if you're tired of the meta and want a shell that's a little offbeat, a little mischievous, and maybe a little frustrating for your enemies, B tier is where the fun begins. Just don't expect to be carrying the scoreboard every round. But hey, at least you'll have the coolest escape moves and the most stylish sneaks. The shells in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Destroyer. You ever pick a shell and just feel like the universe is suddenly on your side? That's Destroyer for you. This shell is basically the Swiss Army knife of Marathon. Easy to pick up, hard not to love, and ridiculously satisfying to play. His ultimate ability, absolute chaos in a bottle. One moment your enemies are strutting around like they own the place, and the next, they're completely obliterated. Pure cinematic destruction. But Destroyer isn't just about blowing things up. That flash shield is a lifesaver when you're caught out in the open, letting you shrug off what would have been a quick death. Coupled with his surprisingly high health, even beginners can make a few mistakes and still walk away in one piece. Honestly, it's like the game is giving you a gentle pat on the back. It's okay, you got this. And let's not forget the thrusters. That tiny boost might look small, but in the middle of a hectic fight, it can be the difference between life and death. Need to dodge a rocket, reposition mid-battle, or make a daring push. Boom, thrusters have your back. All in all, Destroyer is the kind of shell that makes you feel powerful without having to sweat the details, and honestly, who doesn't want that? The shells in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Recon, Assassin, and Vandal. You know that rush when you feel unstoppable in Marathon? That's S tier energy right there, and these shells are basically the V-Ipes of chaos. We're talking Recon, Assassin, and Vandal, the kind of shells that make you feel like you're cheating, even when you're not. Let's start with Recon. I have to say, I love playing Recon in a squad, but this shell can hold its own solo too. The tracking tick is genius. You can literally stalk your enemies like a pro, find them before they find you, and basically fight on your terms. Nothing feels sweeter than knowing exactly where your opponent is while they're scrambling in the dark. And it gets better. Recon's prime ability is like the ultimate detective tool. You get the enemy's exact location, which is even better than the tick. Pair that with the ability to counter other shells that rely on invisibility, and suddenly you're the hunter everyone else is afraid of. Solo or in a squad, Recon makes you feel like a step ahead at all times. Now, let's talk Assassin. This one is a thrill seeker's dream. If you're flying solo, you need to go on the offensive, and Assassin rewards patience and timing. Being invisible isn't just flashy, it's tactical. You can swoop in, catch enemies completely off guard, and vanish before they even know what hit them. And if things go sideways, that's where the smoke screen comes in. Think of it as your magical oops nope button. It gives you a clean escape if your plan hits a snag. The key with Assassin is patience. Don't rush into fights head on. Wait for the perfect moment and then strike like a ninja from the shadows. Third-party opportunities? Assassin makes them irresistible. You'll find yourself laughing as you swoop in on two fighting teams, clean things up, and disappear before anyone can retaliate. It's chaos, control, and style all rolled into one deadly package. Last but not least, Vandal. This shell is for those who like to feel like an acrobatic superhero. She's all about mobility. Microjets let you double jump mid-air, and power slide can save your life when the bullets start flying. But here's the catch. Vandal takes time to master. You need to be fast, precise, and ready to move like your life depends on it. Because, well, it does. Once you get the hang of her though, Vandal is insane. You'll be zipping across the map, dodging attacks, repositioning, and basically making enemies look like they're standing still in slow motion. Solo runs? She might just be the best shell in the game for that kind of play. So yeah, S tier shells aren't just strong, they're stylish, strategic, and satisfyingly chaotic. Whether you like hunting enemies, striking from the shadows, or moving like a whirlwind, Recon, Assassin, and Vandal have got you covered. Pick one, master it, and suddenly you're not just playing Marathon, you're running it. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.